I saw Paul. So then when I look at this week, we talk about another piece, and that is Peter. So what we got? Peter Paul.
Peter
Look
Paul.
at Peter Paul. Isn't that something? And what I thought about, here we after the cross, heading now to the cross in the week. So think about that. We're talking after the cross, and in a few weeks we'll be talking about the cross. So if you begin to think about what happened before the cross and think about what happened after the cross, then God good. He's good, you can say, all the time. And say he didn't bring us part of the way, he brought us all the way. As a Christian, we got to believe that God is who he says he was. And look at this lesson and think about what the people were telling them, they had problems. Now, what was some of the problems they had? First problem they had is that Saul introduced them to the Lord. Now, after Saul introduced them to the Lord, and we said, when you read the first 12 chapter of Acts, you talk about the man, you talk about the king. And then when you go from there, you talk about Paul. So now, after they got introduced to the Lord, look at the change they made. And once you get introduced, you always stay with the person that gave you that punch. But last week we saw how they changed. And here we come right with Peter. Peter enforced what Paul had just told him way back. What did he tell them? That he said to stay fast and that everybody could be what? Saved. Before then, that was only the people that Israel, but now it came with Paul and Peter telling them everybody can be saved. You have a chance to be saved. Now, aren't you glad that happened? Because if it wasn't, what do you think would happen? The rich folks will be saved, and the poor folks, he said, I guess, won't be saved. But since God is so good and God is so just, he allowed them to bring God, Jesus, to us. The Gentiles, we are Gentiles. It's Israel. So God chose the people. But since Paul introduced God to everybody, that gave us a chance. That's even before we even got him. You go back to the Bible days, that was before we got him. And we got a chance. Now, since we have a chance to be with God, what choices do you make? What is your choice? To be with God. But what does the world show us? The world shows us it's better not to be with God. But what they tell us as a Christian, it's best for us to be with God. Because this morning, who raised you up? God. This morning, who allowed you to come here? God. God. This morning, who allowed you to sit down? God. This morning, who allowed you to get up? God. God. When you leave here, who allowed you to leave here? God. But what they were telling you, don't worry about that. All you got to do is just do what you want to do, and God's still going to what? Still going to save you. Isn't that something? Do whatever you want to do. We go right back to the same thing. Here's Peter coming again. Peter telling them, the God that I gave you to introduce you to. Remember what happened before then. And here you are now. I'm telling you about this God, my God. And you don't want to accept that. So I'm kind of reinforcing the things I gave you. Because before there, you didn't understand what was going on. You didn't have a chance. But now you have a chance to accept God. And then when we look at our subject, what it says? Righteous and humble action. The two things go together. Righteous. What does that word righteous mean? To be right. And what does be right mean? To be like who? To be like Christ. In order to be like Christ and be righteous, then it says to be what? Humble. Humble yourself. What does humble yourself mean? To the lowest. Humble means to the lowest. But what do we want to do? We want to stick our chest out and reach to the right. We don't want to accept God. We want to take God's place. I know more than God. You never thought about it. How do you know more than God? And God created you.
Yes, Lord.
That's our mindset. But it says right here, you got to be righteous and you got to be what? Now, I know I was doing this teaching, but today is not my day to teach. Now, I saw she just walk in. But as I looked at this lesson and thought about this month, this is the month of what? Has anybody people this month is? Resurrection? Resurrection? St. Patrick's Day? So here you go. The next thing is, this is the day of what? Month of women. Women don't keep on counting. This is the month of women. So since this is the month of women, and I'm not a woman. Let me get that straight.
Amen.
I am a man. Now, you don't believe that? You got that why? Take one. So since all that, I'm gonna let you woman come and teach y'all. Since this is the month of women, come on, Miss Mama, you teach us this lesson.
Amen.
Miss Woman.
Okay. I'm sorry I was late. My phone call.
What?
Not me. Okay, so today's basically is righteous and humble action. And it's focusing on the letter that was written to Paul, by Peter to believers, because they were at the time being persecuted for believing in God and their faith. So he was giving them encouragement and basically trying to change the way they view their troubles. Because sometimes you can't change the situation, but you can change the way that you are viewing your situation in order to get through it. So basically that was his goal. And I often use, when I was thinking as an example, because at first I was discouraged and I was like, man, this is not fair and all that. But then I changed my viewpoint and it kind of made it easier to go. So I was like, well, look how I'm going through it and it's going to encourage the people. And it did encourage a lot of young people around my age. They was like, I'm seeing how people are used to it. It kind of made them believe more. A lot of them come to me saying, like, you were inspiration. So instead of me looking at it like it was a bad thing, I looked at it like, I came out fine, so it was just a way to get more people on the side because I had a big platform of people my age. So I looked at it like that. He was just using me to reach more people, which it did. So sometimes we're doing right, we have to miss out on a lot of things, opportunities, people, in order to stay faithful. And this can be considered as a form of suffering. When you have to cut off your best friend because you don't, deal with it, or he don't want to deal with it the way you want to live. When you have to miss out on the party, all your friends gonna be talking about it at school, you know what's going on. You might consider that a form of suffering. I remember my dad didn't let me go to the party. I used to cry the whole night until I thought that party was over. He still didn't let me go. So, I looked at that as a form of suffering. So sometimes when saying faithful, you have to go through suffering. You have to do things that you don't want to do, but you have to remember that God will keep you. So Peter made sure that we as God people knew that although we were kids, we were not immune from suffering. I remember, like I said, saying in my prayer, I was having a dedicated life. I was coming out of church. I ain't never missed youth class. I ain't never missed when we had communion, Sunday school. I'm helping with you. So I was like, it's not fair that I'm living like a devoted life. I remember having a conversation with my dad a lot of times. He had to keep reminding me just because I go to church, just because I want to live right now, mean that I can't get sick. What I mean, I can't go through stuff. So even though we live in like we're supposed to, this was the lesson to remind us that we still can suffer. We still have to go through things. Just because you follow God don't make you exempt from going through things.
Where was the heart? What was the heart?
Now my heart was here, but my mind was. I was here to my mind was.
God looks at you. So what was your heart? Your heart still stays with you.
It saved God, yeah. Just swing, but it did save God. So yeah, that's what really pulled me through. And even then, I was going through stuff that other people I was seeing everyone going through, but my life was still not saying better, but I was still getting by in a way that they still weren't. Even though I was sick, I still had the things I wanted, still was being able to do most of the stuff that I still want to do. It was just a little harder, but I still could do. So even though he brings you to it, you'll go through a different way. And this what people is reminding them. Even though you're suffering, you have to stay firm on God's will and understand that whatever He brings you to, He's going to bring you through. And we get the ultimate reward for doing so, which is a seat in heaven. So He was basically trying to keep them.
And the other thing is, when we look at it, a lot of times God puts stuff on us to see how we gonna take life. And then a lot of times we put stuff on us to let other folks know. If you went through it, I can go through it.
Mhm.
Because I remember, I was over in Oakville. It's one, a couple of them coming down the street, that's Sunday evening, I came up. And they said, oh, this is D3D. I said, I don't care what you say, we still gonna get sick. I said, we all have time to tribulation.
Yes, he right, and then I know why me being young, a lot of young people saying, that's why I don't go to church now. Cause look at you see, and you go to church and all that, and I was saying, but look how I'm going through, you even all sick, I told you, if I came out the house, nobody knew I was sick till I got to see God, I've been sick for all these months, nobody knew, cause you couldn't take, look at me and tell, and that's a blessing, it's people who was healthy, and I still was looking more better than them, while I was sick, so it's the way that he'll bring me through, and also to show that even though it's hard, it's a lot harder without him than it is with him. So this is what Peter was reminding me in this lesson today. Our first section is called Live Honorably for Others. Verse 8. About to.
Verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous.
Okay. So Peter is giving instructions to everybody in the entire crowd. I know in our other lessons he speaks to today's for the women, for the men, for the children. So he was speaking to everybody. He was speaking to everybody in the entire crowd. So not just a certain group of people, but all the people. This is something that we all should be doing, no matter who we are. So he said we need to love our brethren. And I mean, I don't have a sibling and stuff, but I know most of y'all probably got siblings. Yeah, it's on. That's all.
It ain't on.
Oh. Well, I was talking loud anyway. But yeah, I don't have a sibling, but I do, see my mom and my dad, they have siblings. And I know one thing about if you say something about them to them, they come before they siblings, they be mad at them. So that's how we supposed to love each other, regardless. Just like you will love your brother, your sister, your family, you supposed to love everybody that way. And being pitiful, he said, meaning don't be so quick to attack each other and stuff. Have a little pity for people. Don't be running on the bandwagon hate, as I call them. You hear people talk about somebody and you walk up, people like, that show ain't no good, Instead of going in, have a mind where, you be like, y'all stop talking about him. Give him some grace. You want grace. You don't like people. So I remember I used to always love to see people, fire somebody on Facebook and stuff like that, until they want me. And then after that, you can't keep me on judgment. I was like, no, I'm not getting there. I'm gonna get out before I like something, anything. So instead of being that person that want to jump in and say, yeah, that ain't no good and stuff like that, join they say, y'all, this ain't right. I've been with this before. Give them some understanding, be pitiful, because that's what you want. So basically, that's what he's saying. We need to be loving and we need to have grace with people. Verse 9. And this Sunday, we're not gonna work this late. We're gonna have everybody on. Volunteer to read so you can relate and enjoy the lesson too. Because I'm a reader, so I know we have to be listening real hard. I know we're reading. So, a different volunteer for verse 9, please. Thanks.
Not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing, but counterwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
Okay. So, when people do things to you, that's what he's saying. Be nice to them, even though they be mean. You don't have to match your energy like we be saying. The saying, kill them with kindness. That's something that you can do, and that's what they're telling you to do. Don't do evil for evil. Don't be saying, oh, get my revenge. Don't do stuff like that. Instead, treat them with respect, and then let God handle it. Because he says that you'll inherit a blessing, and one thing I love is a blessing. And I know y'all love a blessing too. So he's telling us literally how to get a blessing. So my mom always tell me, she be like, don't worry about people, you just gotta be quiet with God, because he gonna handle it better than you. And she always saying that verse, he said he gonna make your enemies wither. And he really will make your enemies wither. I have witnesses. So instead of trying to match enemies, trying to get like them, just practice the strength. Hold it back and then allow God to handle it. He might not do it quick if you want to, but he is gonna handle it. It might not, you want your me today, you can cut me down once you hurt today. But instead of being like that, you have to learn how to practice the strength. Yeah, he don't come when you want to, but when he do it, be a better time than you would have. See, those being just there for the moment. When God hit me, be there for a while. And you can't find no joy for everything in the Bible. But I ain't saying find joy, but if It's gonna bring you a little more peace when you see him here. So, yeah, that's all he's saying. Instead of trying to measure energy and do revenge, you have to sit back and allow him to handle it before you still treat people right, still treat people with respect. You don't have to be mean to them, you don't have to talk about them, and allow him to work it out for you. And that's when you reminding them. Yeah, the word I always say, get your weed back. We got so clear someone tell us get your weed back. But when you get there, now you gotta get him. And that's why I always look at it. I say, well, I don't pay for how people treat me, I pay for how you treat them. So even though you know something to me, I know even my friends that get sick of me, I be like, I ain't gonna say no bad. I be like, you know what, just so you no, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let them sit back, I'm gonna let them have their food, and eventually I always come out on top.
I got,
So
I should tell you, my dick,
in order to get through, you have to make sure that you stay firm on the word that you know. Because a lot of people don't want to live by the word, they want to live by stuff. The world is free technology. So you have to stay firm on the word and have your own mind. I mean, it's easy to get on Facebook, make themselves too, or comment on what says go back and forth, or he says go back and forth. But after that, now you look like a clown too, honestly. And if you just sit back and allow God to have you exit the situation with grace, you exit the situation with class about yourself, and you don't feel bad. Because usually when I used to match into that, later on I feel bad about stuff I was saying, and it kind of started beating me up. I'm like, I want to apologize, but I can't apologize because I got to do hard too. Now you're at a crossroads. So instead of doing that, when you quiet, you just allow God to do it. He just said you're going to inherit a blessing. Firstly, that's the best thing. Also, you feel better. Yes, and a lot of times when we don't think before we act, we turn temporary situation permanent. That's why a lot of people that see me in jail, they tell you, I didn't think before I just did it. Now I'm in there for years. All of a sudden they couldn't get over 5. It's important to know that once we sit back and allow God to handle it, we get a lesson, and we also are living in the word as we should be trying to do. Another volunteer verse, King.
But he doesn't love life. As he did it, let him bring his palms and he, and it's just that they keep looking out.
Okay. So he said if you want to have a good life and live your life and have good days, be quiet. Basically, don't speak evil toward others, don't talk about people, don't be mean. That's all if you want to love your life though. If you don't want to live your life, you want to be miserable, keep talking about them. Keep doing stuff you're supposed to be doing. But if you want to live your life and you want a peaceful life and you want God to keep blessing you, you have to learn how to be quiet. You have to learn how to not entertain the wrong things. That's, like I said, talking about people jumping on bandwagons and stuff. You won't be me, you'll just treat people right. And when you treat people right comes to you. Like my dad always say, good thing happens to good people. That's what he always said me when I was younger. So in order to be blessed and to have a good life, he basically saying, don't entertain the wrong stuff. You always entertain bad things, you're gonna have a bad life. If you entertain the right stuff, then you only can't have. I mean, you are gonna have some bad things, but mostly you're gonna have good stuff. That's what he basically telling us. Verse 11 of the church, I know you would want to read. Hello, right.
People tell them, they had tell Lucifer to shoot it. And they just come right back, they get back to the same life that they was living. So he tells them, don't do that. And tell us the same thing now. So we want to, we said, get back, but as a Christian, we are supposed to be the light of the world. So if you're the light of the world, you're not going to do like the world is to do. You're going to do what God did. That's what people tell them, the same thing after us. If we are the light, we need to shine and do what's right. Too wrong doesn't make right, no matter how we talk. You have to do what's right, and that's the biggest problem that we have. As a whole, be a Christian, we don't want to do right. We want to do exactly what the world says. But you got to come out from the world and be that other light that everybody sees, just like you're talking about yourself. That helps that time you might have done things and you realize what I've done was wrong. The more I get into Christ, the better I get to myself. The more you get into Christ, the more you be like Christ. And being like Christ doesn't mean you're like God. That's all.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's always a situation where you don't want to do it. It's just a growth process, and you have to grow to it. You can't wake up one day and just can't and not get want to get your get back if that's something you've been doing. But you have to grow, and it takes a lot of growth, and it takes a lot of God to allow people to do things to you, and you know you can do something back to them, and you know what they're doing. You have a better fight than them, but you sit back and allow God to do it. That takes a lot of growth. That takes a lot of God in you to do it.
Yes, it's like I said earlier, we have to learn how to practice restraint. And a lot of times you can't get your restraint unless you pray. But I know it's time. If I have somebody talking about boyfriend, I'm talking all that boyfriend for the next year or so. I'm like, oh, come back. And there used to be a bad thing. I say, oh, you do something to me, I'm doing something to you. And that would be worse. I always say, you go low, I'm going low. So, and I had to pray and get myself together. That's why all my friends be like, no, why you in this side? Because I used to be that person, I didn't get good side. I don't get me stepped on my foot. Every time I see over my child, I have to take a step on your foot. It's just, I was out coming over there, like, I was on my get that. And I had to just sit down and say, like, it's a hard life. I always stressed out, always winning, always worried about something, always watching this, don't be dead trying to see.
So you say you get back. Promotion at where you learn in Christ, you walk in Christ, and you learn more about Christ. And when you get there, your friend don't wonder why you don't get that. He said, no, she done made a change.
And then sometimes when you change, when you're growing, some of your people you just gotta leave behind. You love people, but you gotta love them from distance. You know that makes you backtrack. I have one of my best friends. Me and her, we still friends, but we talk maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks now. We used to talk every day, but every time we talk, it was something. It was something going on where we could act a fool with somebody, or we could gang up with somebody. And I said to my mama, sat me down and said, you need to just stop talking to her. Every time she talks to you, you're gonna be mad about something. Every time she tells you, you're gonna be something about some drama going on. She wants you to act cool about. And you just have to distance yourself. You can still love your friend, your family, all that. But sometimes you can't talk to them as much when you walk in. Like my dad say, that walking for Christ is lonely. It gets lonely sometimes when you can't be around the people that you want to be around and hang out and stuff. And like I said in the beginning of my intro, it's like it's good. It kind of feel like suffering. You're like, man, I'm just my friend. But you have to stay away from when they call you the backslide. Make sure you have to be able to distance yourself to stay. Like you said, we have to stand out when we walk. We can't be like everybody else. We be like the world. And sometimes everybody separates. And that's just how it is. And
She mentioned growth. Growth is not in Bible class, Sunday school, at home. Like growth not by studying the word. You can't grow if you don't know. So you got to be able to grow by somebody telling you what's right. And some the same people with you probably with zero church, don't go to church, don't understand what the word is. So that's the word. So in order to grow, you got to come here and get the word out and see where my weak is at, and that God fulfill His heart. You just can't. You got to grow it on. That's right. Grow on one time.
yeah, like both said, you have to focus on allow God to help you grow. And you can't just sit down and say, I'm good. And you ain't praying, you ain't going to church, you don't put no work in, you want to see your Bible class, Sunday school. But you got to put the work in. It does take work to change, because especially if you've been living in a certain way longer than you have been trying to live right. It's a habit that you have to break. Basically, you know, they always say it take 30 days straight to break a habit that you have. Like, I've been trying to stop writing my fingers and music all week. I can't go to 30 days. I get 4, I get 5. Now you back chewing my fingers and don't even know what I'm doing. That's how it is. You don't even know you still acting that way, because you're not putting the work in and trying to do better. I also know strength when I'm trying to stop like this. When I feel a little stress, I'm back doing it. It's just like that. You have to stay focused and you have to pray. I don't pray about it. I need to trust it. So, verse 11, you trust me, go ahead. I see it. Okay, so that word, I didn't know what it means to shoot. So I had to look it up, and it means to avoid something. So he's saying avoid evil. Do good things, always try to maintain peace. I remember the mayor once said, I know I used to put out on Facebook like, then he started doing it up. He like me, he used to like that food too. But he had made it said one time, he was like, I'm gonna just stop entertaining y'all, because if I want to avoid clowns, I'm just gonna stay away from the circus. So there's clowns there. So that's basically what they're saying, avoid evil things. avoid seeing, if you know your friend going somewhere to do somebody, don't give me a call somebody, yeah, I'm just gonna record, or yeah, I'm just gonna be there. Don't even put yourself in that situation. It's like when a fight happened in school where everybody running to the fight, I used to be one running away. Sometimes I didn't even know what to do. I stand there, I be stuck in the middle. So it's just like that. You have to move yourself from that stuff. Avoid evil. That's what it should be. And it takes two to tango. That's what we say. If somebody climb with you, acting fool with you, it's not gonna be a big mess until you make it a big mess. Most of the time, you in York.
Last week, my baby daddy and his wife showed up at the school. And so one of my coworkers, she knew who he was. And she said, "Hey, baby daddy." I said, "Yes, and his wife." So I don't have no problem with him.
Exactly. When you have, like we said, you have to pray for growth and maturity, because that's a maturity thing to be able to, see people and not on that fool in regards to what your past was. And it's a thing that you have to pray for and be over with. I know we always have to say it take me a whole lot of time to mature compared to us. No offense to me, but it does. It takes me a whole lot of time to mature compared to us. And it's just like it's gonna take world people a whole lot of time to mature compared to us who put in the work, doing it, because they not. So it's gonna take them a lot more time to mature. I mean, you might be done with the situation in 2 weeks, but that girl went to it, it might take her a year. You have to give people time, just like you need time, just like you need grace. You don't have to entertain everybody. When you know people don't know better, it's easier to just let them slide. I mean, if you don't know better, I expect you to do better. Like you said, if you don't know how you gonna grow, if you don't know. So that's the same thing. And he's also saying that, ensue means that something happens as a result. If you avoid evil, you gonna have peace. How am I gonna have peace if I'm ignoring? If I go on about my day, if I go do what I want to do. It's just like, me and my mom went to the nail shop the other day while my dad and them were having a good space. We were stuck there, we had left the house, we could go out of town. If we left, let's see, we got peace. We done with it. You have to learn how to just leave a situation alone. You don't have to get the last word and all of it. You can just move on. This is what he's saying. Avoid evil. Avoid situations like that. Just seek peace. If you look for peace, you're gonna find it. When we always be saying we go through the men forward, you look, you're gonna find it. So if you look for peace, you're gonna find that too. It's just like this. So that's what they're saying. And we're gonna let Nick and Bird read the last because he's trying to take my answer first.
The eyes of the Lord are both the right and ears are open to prayer. But the face of the Lord is against them that he eats.
Okay, so he's saying God is watching always. So he sees us when we're trying to do right, but he also sees us when we're trying to do wrong. So he's saying that if we avoid evil and be kind to those who are, be kind to people who are trying to hurt us, he sees us ignoring instead of arguing. He hears our prayers. And he might even give us the desires of our heart. I mean, we might not get all of it, some of our desires are all good. But the stuff that's feasible, he's gonna make it happen because he listens to our prayers, so that means he knows what we want. But if we doing the opposite, if we jumping on the bandwagon, hey, if we entertain everything message that comes out loud, if we are, we going back and forth, we talking about folks, he don't hear nothing we saying. I mean, my granddad and my mom always used to joke when I was little, say they praying, but he can see us mountain. And get up there when we ain't doing right, because he turned his face from us. I mean, he ain't trying to do, when your cousin's son argues, you just turn your face. We got my little cousin Gigi, the little one. She'll put her fingers in her ear. She don't want to hear them saying shit. That's the same way God goes. We talk to him, he put his fingers in his ear. Don't be like, la, 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 la. Just like that. He don't hear nothing we saying. So we strive to get it right, and we doing the best that we can in attempting to seek peace, not entertain the wrong things. That's when he hear our prayers. When we're not doing right, he turns his face from us. He don't hear nothing we saying. He's bouncing off the ceiling, going on back. So this section basically was saying that when we going through things and encountering trouble with people, unpleasant circumstances, we must still stay faithful and handle all our situations with grace, striving for peace. So the next section is called Live Honorably During Undeserved Suffering. And everybody gonna read, I'll get y'all sit together. So about 2 verse 13.
Verse 13. I'm sorry. My bad. I got the net. Yeah, I know you.
You next.
And
Okay. So he asked me a question now. He said, so if I'm doing what's good and follow God, who can harm me? Well, harm still coming. I'm gonna be one to tell you. So he's about to focus on the fact that being a good person and following helps, but it does not help. When I say that, I mean it's gonna help you get through things, but it's not gonna stop you from encountering things. We can still suffer, and the difference is that when we suffer, we have God. So when I suffer, we have hope. Now, those who suffer without God, they have no hope. And when you have no hope, you know, you can always praise them, man, oh, it didn't work out, and stuff like that. But when you have God, you always have something to look forward to, because like my dad was telling me while I was sick, even if he don't hear you, you got knowing that he can hear you. And then, even if he did that, you did something good, you want to heaven. That's what we strive for anyway. And that's the mindset I had always going through, which made it so much easier. Like, even if I don't do it, even if I die, I know he can hear me, because I've seen him hear me. I know that he can give me some peace. I've seen him give me. And I know that heaven is ultimately goal regardless. So even if I go through this to get there, he took me through this to give me the ultimate goal, which is heaven. Well, all this gonna be okay. So when we have hope in going through things, it gives us an easier path. Even if we're on the same path, it's a little bit easier. We know God can heal. We know he can change our situation. We know this. So when we don't have him, suffering is our unbearable. But it's just saying that we don't suffer, but you won't have to hope it. So it's not gonna be so big.
You suffer for God, you suffer for the devil, so which one you want to suffer? I just suffer God and good,
Because when you suffer with the devil, when it's over, guess what? You got some more suffer. Because now you're gonna be in hell, and it's gonna get even worse. But even when you suffer from God, either way it's gonna work out. If it works out on earth, great. If it works out and go to heaven, even worse. Regardless, it's gonna work out. So 14, 15, and 16, we're gonna read them in the rows. So 3 people over here, and we're gonna start out. Verse 2.
verse 14, but and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled.
15. I want to powerful.
But sanctify the Lord God in your heart, and be ready always to give an answer to everything that happens to you. A reason of the hope that is in you is there.
16.
Having a good conscience.
That's right.
Yeah.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Having a good conscience. That whereas they speak off people of you as a evildoer, they may be ashamed that honesty of your good conversation is Christ.
So I grouped these together because it was basically like, I was saying the same words together. So as Christians, we can't live in fear. We can't be scared of suffering. We can't be scared how far it goes. Like I said, we have to remember that even though we suffer, God is with us. So we can't even fear if it'll kill us. Like I just said it in before, if it does kill us, we get in the ultimate goal, we want to heaven. So regardless of the circumstances or the extent that it goes to, we must always remember God has us do it all in whatever way He sees fit. He may not see fit for us to get our peace on earth. He might see fit to give us peace in heaven. So we have to be content with knowing that He knows best regardless of what we're going through. When people come to us trying to attack us or question us through it, we must be ready to let them know, like, yes, it's happening right now, but God gonna get me through it. And if He don't, He still can. And like my uncle Will said, he's in the hospital, people come up, not to pray and saying stuff like that. And he was saying, yeah, and I'm still, being killed because I'm in the hospital. I'm here where they can heal me. Some people get sick, they can't even get nowhere to give them some help and stuff. But he's saying, regardless of what I'm going through, they're telling us we have to be able to be ready for the non-believers to come at us. Like I said, they was coming at me saying, you go to church, I was like, that's why I don't know. Right there, look at you sick, and I'm not. They'll come with you with anything, and you have to already be firm on the word on your own and ready to combat anything that they're saying. instead of crying, like my auntie Tracy said, when they said, "Who they got your baby daddy?" And you said, "And his wife," you know, so we didn't go him and his wife, and you have to be ready to be strong, mommy.
The devil always will come out. I don't care what kind of position you sit with, he gonna try to get you. But the main thing that if you in Christ, let Christ lead you.
Yep, he said the devil always comes to attack. Just like Jesus was asking, praying, the devil ready. Well, I can't wait to do this outside talk about it. You know, that's how people are. I can't wait to some heaven. She's so cold. But he thinks so cold. I can't wait to some heaven so I go around and you know, you just like us. Like that. So that he telling us when all that comes, we have to be prepared to let them know that we still believe in God and we stand on his word and regardless of what's going through, God still got regard. That's what he's saying. Yes, I'm suffering. Yes, we all gonna suffer, but I'm suffering with God and with other folks suffer, they suffer by themselves. And it's a long way to suffer by yourself to have nobody. But you always got God.
As well, on it, I want him to be the no peace, because I got to tell him, I'm struggling for the evidence, I got to do right to be right. When I feel something, I know what I'm doing.
Yes, he's saying even with your thoughts, it's important. Thinking evil is no better than doing it. If you think it, you might as well do it. It's what my folks were saying. I remember when I was learning how to tie, and I used to get allowed for $5 every Sunday morning. Now, you know, we had to come to church. I had my Sunday school offering, I had the benevolent, I had the offering in church, and then I had to come home with $2 for the rest of my week. I always submit Sunday. And then I had to put $1 in tithe, because I used to say, I don't put 50 cents. My mom would say, you might well round it up, you know, to $1. So I used to come home with $1 from church. And then I remember I was talking to my granddad at school one day, because I was like, well, can you give me some money in the morning so I can get some snacks? And he was like, what, allowance? I said, I ain't have $1 at the church. I said, it's time taking my other dog, you know, complain. And he was like, well, if you pick it up with that mind, and you say, church taking my money, you might well keep it whole $5. Because if you give it to God, and you mad about it, and you really don't want to, he don't want to know. So he used to tell me, if you gonna have that mind, keep it. Now, one Sunday I felt, I felt so bad. I always I said, wait, don't smile down there. I didn't eat no chips that day at lunch, but I still felt bad, so I thought I went on sorry, man. But just like you said, even if you thinking the wrong way, you might well do it. Okay, move. It's like you have a hole in your life. It was so bad.
Let me say that, I think it mind as well, you might well act on it. Well, it says that you must ask for some forgiveness, some grace to get away from those thoughts. Because I know myself, I thought some bad things, but if I got on my knees and I said, God, take it away from me, I can rest assured that He's gonna give me peace. So I used to think that, you know, I mean, growing up, my pastor would say, you know, you think those thoughts, you might go pluck out your eye, you know, you read it in the Bible, you know, there's scriptures like that, but as you grow older, and you know that God is there, if you ask, He will give you rest, and you will get past those bad thoughts.
That's why you spend no time when you talk about the strength. I'm taking it. Don't take it.
I was in another country, and I watched people just impoverished, but wealth too, but they were happy. They were so happy, smiling, and come to find, I mean, my thoughts about that all is that God is good and God is everywhere. You got money, you got money,
there are no more unhappy. I'm with you.
Happen in your suffering, like I said, if you have God, it no matter what your circumstances are or what you're going through, He still can bring you through it in a more positive life, regardless of what you're going through. This, yeah. And example, I remember when some people, like I said, would come to me saying, "You a church, you know, I'm living, I'm in good tonight. You in the house, you in the hospital," and it'll make you, it'll shake your faith. Like you say, your pastor, that was people, it'll shake your faith. And then hey, like, man, I can't win for losing. I'm doing everything right in your head, you know everything's right. But you're still going through stuff. And this is what Peter was telling them. Yes, we're going through stuff. Yes, that persecution is for our belief, but we got God to guard. It's hard to go through, but it's so much harder to go through without hope, without faith, without God, without Him, though. Because if you're suffering and they killing you and all that, you still get to heaven. But if you're suffering and you don't have God, you don't have no hope, now you're going to suffer for the rest of your life in eternity in hell. So that's even worse. You're suffering different. Suffering will always end when you have God. Even if you die, you got hell. If you die without, now you got hell. So now you suffer some more.
I, and his friend came, he said something, but those suffering, but look what happened after suffering. God had a lesson. So sometimes suffering leads us to develop God. Job never gave up. Job still had faith that God would deliver. I'm sure in your case, you had faith that God would deliver. And look at you now. So you see the outside?
Yes, and sometimes when He put you in your suffering, when God put you in your suffering, He's to isolate you so that He can get you together and uplift you. Sometimes you have to break it down so He can build you up right. Because I was trying to live right young before I was sick, but I still had, like I said, the friends in my ear, my best friend was in my ear, the old who wanted this stuff like keeping me in something. And when I got sick, I hardly ever heard from her. I won't lie, I used to cry sometimes and be like, man, my friend don't check on me. You know, I hardly ever heard from her, but when I got better, it was a more peaceful life. My mom was just pointing out that you have a lot of peace in your life now. And like most of those friends who would keep me and stuff, they really went around while I was sick. I mean, they was trying to come around when I got better. When I was healthier, if they'll leave away from me, doing right, they come back, I get it, right back to it. But after I had went through all that, and I came back and I got healed, and I was, in this new walk of life, it was easy for me to say, I'm straight. Like, you cool, I talk to you, but I'm straight, you can stay gone. Like, they still attempt to come back into my life, and I still be like, nah, I'm good. Just this week, one of my older friends tried to come and say, I believe we need to blah, blah, blah. First of all, I don't do nothing that no more. So, I mean, we ain't gonna have nothing to do nowhere now. We ain't gonna have no talk about it anyway. So, it was easy for me to say, nah, you can go ahead. I remember my folks used to, this one particular person my folks used to say, so, but you better talk to her. I remember my dad once said, if I find out y'all back here, I'm gonna take me home. And I still was sleeping. He said, nah, I didn't need to take when I go to sleep. Sometimes they'll sleep in my room. Give my phone out, sleep, who I was talking to. Sleep, yeah. I ain't even wake me up.
We can tell them before you. Don't get sick. You show it to them when you get sick. And God is give us rest and let us know. God, even our life, we don't need to be.
Yeah, like he was saying, He will isolate you. Sometimes your suffering is for isolation to get you away. But sometimes we don't listen to He sit us down on His own. We'll hear and we'll just keep doing the same stuff. But see, when He sits you down on His own, you gotta listen. Like, ain't nothing else you can do but listen, because ain't nothing else to hear. So that's basically that. And 17, which our last verse.
For these is better if we are God, because very lovely, if we are born in forever.
Okay, what you're saying, simply stated, like I've been saying all this, it's better to suffer with God than without Him. Because you still get that end goal of heaven, even if it don't work out how you want, because however it worked out is the right way, because how God wants it to work out. But if it didn't work out how you want, you still get heaven, which is the ultimate goal. So, in conclusion, being a child of God does not mean that we will not face troubles or suffer. It means that while doing so, God will keep us in peace. as long as we strive to follow him. So when you face things, keep God in mind and stay faithful, and in the end, it'll all work out in your favor. Thank you, Mr. Booker, again for allowing me to come and guest teach, and I'm giving his podium back. Ms. Mike. We thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, this is Women's Month. We had a woman to teach, so you cannot beat that. It's good. We enjoy her teaching like we normally do. You always can learn. You're never too old to learn. If you get in your mind that nobody knows how much you, there's something wrong with your mind first. There's something wrong with you. Because everybody, even the baby, can tell you or show you something that you didn't even know. That's the point that you missed. But it's just good to have other people come up and teach and get other people's viewpoint. And I enjoy it. I enjoy sitting down. I enjoy listening. It kind of let me know where I need to go and kind of make me get better each time somebody's doing it. So I just go out of the way. Now let the student come in and do this thing. Go on, what we do? Do we have all these? You say go on, what we do? So this is Women's Month. That lets you know we're not those kind of men that try to hold women back. Look at women.
Don't mean it.
I'll give y'all something good. I know one woman back there. She always come out and step out and down and everything. Now, this is one of the month, so we just have your